People complimenting my vast vocabulary. Me constantly having to find words to substitute the ones I can't recall. Friend? Sorry? Gotta cancel. Me. Me waiting for the next hyperfixation to consume me and give me renewed inspiration and purpose in life. My two extremes. Not talking. Oversharing. Me trying my best not to interrupt someone when I can totally relate to what they're saying. Me in waiting room of my therapist after using 3 post-it notes, 5 alarms, and 1 calendar entry to remind myself of the appointment. My therapist forgetting we had a session planned. Taking Adderall to focus on a task. Taking Adderall so I can focus on anything other than intrusive negative thoughts about how awful I am. Me trying to connect serotonin molecules to my neurotransmitters after half an hour of oversharing intimate personal info. Shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. My brain trying to find the right produce at the shop. My brain finding 4-leaved clovers on the way to the shop. Telling someone about the accomplishments I had today. Realizing they sound like a child bragging about simple tasks. Not buying fruit because you'll forget about it and it will go bad. Buying fruit and keeping it on the table so you can see it all the time. Meal prepping with the fruit so you don't forget. Eating whatever fruit you buy immediately. Putting fruit that's getting old into the freezer. It will not rot now, and you can make smoothies. I don't know, I'm not here yet. When you wait 10 minutes for the loading screen to load and realize it actually says, tap to continue. A song I like comes up on my playlist. The same song comes on during a movie, TV show, or on the radio. Me and Saw knowing I'm doomed after I zoned out during Jigsaw's tape and have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Me when I don't talk. Wait, am I boring? Me when I talk. Wait, am I annoying? Hating me. Me. Everyone, according to my RSD. These are your best years. You're young and full of energy. Me after doing anything. Are you not bored alone? Me being alone. When I'm forced to go to a museum of any sort. I am speed. Be a functional, reasonable adult. Continue to do nothing and feel sorry for myself. How long will my new hobbies, diet, and exercise last? It's 3 a.m. Thinking of that thing I did that one time that only I remember but still kills me. Me after having to socialize for 10 minutes. I'll see you again in 25 years. The cauliflower rice in the back of my freezer watching me finish my 3rd family-size bag of pizza rolls this week. Me lounging in bed, knowing full well I have to shower, get dressed, make breakfast, and leave for work in 6 minutes. Alarm is set for 6 hours and 45 minutes from now. Me. Young boys with ADHD. Diagnosis. Young girls with ADHD. Adults with ADHD. How people think I should solve problems. How I solve problems when they leave. My ADHD. I will do it tomorrow, for sure. I am literally going to do it tomorrow. I know tomorrow I will do it. Undiagnosed young ADHD. Healthcare system. Undiagnosed adult ADHD. Me after crossing 1 out of 52 tasks off of my to-do list. Some days, I am just on fire. How it feels drinking coffee with ADHD, not knowing if it will make you sleepy as hell or super focused. Studying at an IT technical school to find a remote job. Being unable to concentrate and understand topics. Hoping to go to a university after getting on meds. Ending up as a factory worker who only counts minutes till the end of a shift. When you daydreamed so hard that when you came back down, you're actually sad that nothing was real. Me looking at everyone being medicated, wondering when it'll be my turn. When the dopamine ends mid-new obsession, and you feel the excitement fade. I don't want to play with you anymore. Me trying to be in a healthy weight class. Eating for dopamine and feeling like I can't stop. Me. Wondering late at night if I'm ever gonna live up to my family's expectations when I can't even focus on a singular goal in life. My ADHD. My autism remembering important life skills. Remembering lyrics from songs I haven't listened to in 5+ years. Do you remember when? Me. I can't remember anything. Motivational speaker. Unleash the lion in you. The lion in me. When someone tells me to do something I was already planning on doing. When they slightly change the recipe of your favorite snack and it doesn't give you the same dopamine hit anymore. ADHD is when you buy a blender and then make smoothies every day for 2 weeks and then never make one, or even acknowledge your blender ever again. Finishing projects. Abandoning projects. Starting a new project before finishing the continuously coming up with new ideas without doing anything. Hacker. I have all your passwords. Me. Oh my god. Thank you. What are they? When you read a whole page but then realize you forgot to understand. My ADHD brain. A well-planned playlist. That one song I heard in the store. Thinking of music. Grabbing phone, put earbuds in, forgot what I was doing. Wondering what's in my ears, my brain, the keys to the car. Important document on top of the keys so I don't forget it. Ugh, I have to finish the essay. Me whispering to myself while I do everything but the essay. The suggested video. Me, the YouTube video I'm watching. My watch later playlist. When I manage to complete one small task. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Ask the doc about ADHD meds. Start taking ADHD meds. ADHD meds start working. Realize I do in fact have ADHD and was not. Just lazy. The lore I need to tell to make my anecdote funny. The anecdote. Neurotypicals. If you forgot, then it probably wasn't that important. Me. Get ADHD diagnosed and medicated. Meds help with focus and anxiety. I decide faster that I don't feel like working. I decide faster that I don't feel like working. My 4-day weekend. Getting 1.5 things done. The dozen things I need to do. Me. The reason I opened my phone. Literally anything else on my phone. Me doing anything other than the thing I need to do. ADHD brain. We don't have time for that, we have important stuff to do. Me. What important stuff? ADHD brain. Me. There's important stuff to do, right? My ADHD brain trying to retrace my steps. Okay, I was in the basement, then came in here to get the cheese grater, and now I'm cleaning. Why? Me. I should clean my room. Me after picking up one sock. My brain? Do it. Me. Why? My brain. Just do it. Me. Okay. My ADHD paralysis at 9 a.m. because I didn't take off work and have an appointment at 2 p.m. Me. I partner up with 2 ADHDers for a group project. We become friends and bond over our shared experiences. We can't get anything done. We can't get anything done. Too embarrassing to ask my boss what task was just assigned to me. I'd rather explore 14 million possibilities about what it could be. Me at 3 a.m., remembering there's a shirt that I haven't seen for a long time. When you feel guilty for not studying, but you're still not studying. I spent all day doing side quests instead of progressing the main story. I know you're talking about a video game, but this is actually a really good metaphor for my life. My brain when I try to make it learn something that I'm not interested in. Error. Could not copy files because no. I think I'm gonna go find something else to do now. Me. List of things I need to get done. Me learning something new. Me practicing something I've learned so it can be a useful skill. Me in public trying to not be a nerd. My ADHD self when I hear something about my hyperfixation. Therapist. We can't control our emotions, but we can control how we respond to our emotions. Me trying to control how I respond to my emotions. 2024 is gonna be my year. Me in October. Me when my alarm clock goes off in the morning. My therapist. We all have a spirit animal inside of us. My animal. The Vizcacha. Known for always looking sad, disappointed, and needing a nap. Someone. It's up to you. Me. I'll never waste my money on dumb stuff ever again. 2 hours later, I can't wait to have fun on my day off. Me on my day off. Weirdest thing that gets you angry. Telling me to do something when I'm already in the middle of doing it. Me finally getting on with my life as a diagnosed ADHD person. My undiagnosed autism. I get a very high score on a test. It's an ADHD test. I finally have a diagnosis. I'm going to do my assignment. 30 minutes pass and I haven't done anything. Alright brain, if we're gonna waste time, might as well do something I enjoy. Sits and does nothing for 2 hours. Media. The average adult spends $255 per year on their hobbies. People in this group. When the motivation hits and you try to get everything done before the executive dysfunction comes back. The 7 cups of coffee are finally kicking in and I don't feel tired anymore. It's 8:49 p.m. Why would I finish a thought when I could start a new, more exciting one? Forget a weighted blanket. Get me whatever this is. If my overstimulation took a physical form, this would be it. Me as a teenager, after hard work finally fairly able to focus. Development of the World Wide Web. Invention of smartphones and social media. Me in the middle of my conversation trying to remember what I was talking about. Me after completing exactly one task on my to-do list. Do you ever zone out but you are aware that you are zoned out but you are too lazy to zone back in? Me waiting for it to be late so I can hurry up. Being called smart because you have a variety of information on different subjects. But in reality, it is all surface level intelligence and you don't feel like you are really good at anything when you're part of the group but not the conversation. I told you 2 days ago, don't you remember? Me, cashier. The receipt is in the bag. Me, you too. When you run out of things to talk about. A new hyperfixation. Me trying to be productive, my brain. How you feel one random 3 a.m. morning with an absurd, universe-shattering amount of energy getting stuff done in record time. Losing something I just had in my hands mere seconds ago. Remembering every detail of a very specific day 4 years ago that had no significant importance to my life whatsoever. Wife gets home. Did you take the meat out of the freezer like I asked? Me. When you forget what you were thinking, so you recreate the chain of thoughts that led to that thought. 1 week. 1 month. So, how much time do you estimate for this project? My toxic trait is to act interested when someone gives me any piece of unsolicited advice, only for me to completely ignore it and forget about it as soon as they shut up. ADHD memes are very relatable to you. Like very relatable. Start thinking you have ADHD and want to get diagnosed. Your parents don't believe you and tell you you're just forgetful and lazy. You start to doubt if you really have ADHD, or is it just a medical student syndrome? Doctor. So, what's wrong with you? Me.